Hi, I'm Reaper. I'm one of the original beta testers for MMA Federation. Before I get started, just want to say a massive thank you to 360 Studios for everything they've done for myself and the other beta testers and the people that supported them on Kickstarter. Um, couldn't ask for a more supportive studio, and really listened to us, and really active on the forum and everything about things we can include in the game, and it really, they've been brilliant. They've been absolutely brilliant, and all of that has resulted in them really caring about the finished product, which is this game. And yeah, we've got some really good things to come soon. So yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to them. The purpose of this video basically is to just help anybody just starting out to get a better understanding of what you need before you walk into any sort of player versus player fights or career mode. Mainly career mode I'm focusing on in this. But so you don't get frustrated by keep getting beaten, just give you a couple of little tips just to get you started. So makes you a little bit more of a formidable opponent for anybody you take on. Right, to start off with, let's have a quick look at career mode, which is right there. So we'll click on that. I've already completed career mode. I will do a video on tips and tricks to beat the AI, and especially to beat the opponents, to get the highest scores against them, to get, as you see, the stars above each opponent. Oh, didn't want to do that. Yeah, as you see, these stars above each opponent. I'll do a video later on how to beat them with 3 stars, which I pretty much have. I've only got one left to beat, which is the one just there. But again, that'll be in a future video. If you're looking at taking on career mode, this is where you would start, over here. There we go. So you start off with these purple ones are sort of tutorials, which definitely feel free to start with them. But as you move on, you score stars against each of your opponents. How many stars you score is based on how much health you've got when you win. For example, take on this opponent, you have to finish with 10 or more health. Okay? So if you do finish 10 or more health, you get 3 stars. Early on, it's not overly difficult, but it can be later. Because some of the higher level guys, so like up here, just to give you an example, like say at 40, you have to finish with 18 or more health. So yeah, more health would definitely help. So this is what I'm going to sort of advise you to do before even really going too far into career mode. Also, while I'm here, you might see at certain points in career mode, you get this symbol, lock symbol. It crops up every now and again. There you go, there's another one. And you can progress as far as that, but unless you meet the criteria for that unlock, you can't continue. So there's certain things you have to do to unlock the rest of the fights in career mode, which I'll also address and explain. So yeah, we'll come out of that, and I'll show you what you really should be doing after about, I'd say if you want to play career mode or play a couple of fights online, go for it. But realistically, before you really get started into the meat of the game, to avoid getting frustrated, train, and train some more. Has many benefits with training. Increases your health as you level up your fighter, and your stamina as you level up, and you have more moves to use within each fight. Training, I'll just show you, because a friend of mine struggled to find it, so I'll point it out now. In your gym, it's right there. So I scroll across a few, and it's right there. So we'll go into training now. Right, when you start with very basic moves in the disciplines you choose. You get to choose 2 disciplines to begin with. I chose Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu to begin with. But in those disciplines, you start off very basic moves before you've actually done any training. You can win fights with them, but as you come up against harder opponents, it becomes very, very difficult. So when you start out, you have these two disciplines, whichever ones you pick. The basic move set, 20 health points, and 10 stamina points. We affectionately call health red juice and stamina blue juice. You'll see inside a fight why we call it that. It's just, don't know, that's what it's become affectionately known as. As you level up your fighter, you will gain extra health, so red juice, and extra stamina, blue juice. For health, I think it's levels 5, 11, 15, 20, and 25. You get a boost. I think it's you get an extra 2 at each of those levels. And stamina the same. The blue juice increases by 2, I believe, at 7, 12, 17, 22, and 27. So to give yourself an advantage, definitely level up to, I'd say at least 10 or 12. So, give your fighter a fighting chance, really. So back to your disciplines. Whichever ones you pick, so they all have their good points and bad points. But I would say definitely choose a striking style and choose a ground style. These are the two ground styles, wrestling and jiu-jitsu. You need a ground style for the simple reason that some fights do go to the ground. If you haven't got anything, your defense and attack on the ground will be woefully inadequate. And if your opponent does see that, if you fight player versus player fights online, that is where they'll take you all the time if they know you have a weakness there. So definitely have a ground skill. But more importantly, whichever striking skill you pick, before you get too deep into fights, start leveling it up. For example, we'll go into Muay Thai, which is my chosen striking style. I'm maxed out, but we'll go to white belt to show you what you see. Yeah, you have all these different trainings. So introduction, that's the reward for completing that. You don't have to get 3 stars, but when you get to certain points in training, I think it's after this point, before you take on the coach, you have to have a certain amount of stars. You have to score a certain amount of stars in the training before that. So it's worth trying to get at least 2 stars in each of the training. So yeah, I would suggest definitely whichever striking style you pick, train. Just do a lot of these. It does drain some of your training stamina, which is this blue bar up here, and you might have to wait for a refill now and again. It refills, I think, every 12 minutes. I think you get 1 bar back. But if you level up, so you see I'm level 28 here, this little bar here is how long I've got before I reach level 29. When I reach level 29, I will get my stamina refilled. So every time you level up, it's a stamina refill, which comes in quite handy. So, like I said, this is the training. Go through as much of this as possible. That's red belt, orange, and yellow. I'd say at least yellow belt in your striking. It will just give you so many more options, and in the process, you'll help your fighter be at a higher level for when you do go into fights. What else do I want to mention? Once you have leveled up both your styles to at least orange belt, you will get the option to train a 3rd style. If you're going to complete career mode, you're going to need that 3rd style, and you're going to need it at quite a high level as well. Because of the locks at a certain point in career mode, a couple of them are belt requirements and having the 3rd style at a certain belt as well. I'll go over those now. So we'll go back to career, which is there. Come on, which is there. There we go. Right, back we go again. So those lock symbols I was showing you earlier. So we'll start from the early ones. Whoop. Right, so where are we? Yeah, right. So these lock symbols. They go in this order. They might come up at different points, so this one came up after my 12th fight for me, but it might come up at different points for you, I don't know. But each of the locks go in order. You need to unlock them. First one is you need 2 red belts, so at least red belt in 2 styles. The second unlock is 1 green belt in one of your styles. Third unlock is at least 65 stars in career progress. So as you enter fights and earn stars, before you get to that unlock, you need at least 65 of them. It will tell you how many you've got and how many you need to get, so don't worry, it does keep track. The fourth unlock is 3 orange belts, so that's where you need the 3rd style and to at least orange belt. The 5th unlock is at least 110 stars in career mode, so you need quite a few fights where you've actually scored 3 stars. The next unlock is 3 green belts, and the unlock after that is 3 blue belts. And the final unlock, which is right near the end, if I can find it. Where's the last unlock? Yeah, that one. That one is you need at least 180 stars in career mode. That is a lot of fights won with 3 stars. As you can see, I've done it, but not easy, but I'll cover that in a future video rather than making this video too long. The amount of stars you earn against your opponent depends on how much energy you have left at the end of the fight. The higher you go in career mode, the more energy you're required to have remaining. At the highest levels, so here, you need 25 health, so red juice remaining, which is, it's a big ask. It's quite difficult to beat a lot of these AI guys in the first place, and to beat them with 25 health remaining can feel a little bit impossible. The only thing I'll say is all the fighters have got, because they've got 2 styles themselves, they lean towards certain game plans. So you might not beat them the first time or the second time or even the 10th time, but every time you play against them you might earn 1 extra star here and there, and you'll learn their tendencies. All of them do have tendencies, believe me, but I'll cover that more in depth in my next video. That's where I'll leave it for now. Train is the best thing I can tell you. Really level up your striking as much as you want to before you're going into fights. It will help you out. Training also will help level up your fighter, to just give you those little extra, those health and stamina, and it all does help, especially when taking on people online. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I'll do another video about going to career mode and getting the highest scores in career mode, so to complete it fully at a later date. But for now, I'll leave it there. I hope you enjoy the game. I do. And good luck. And if you do decide to fight online, add Reaper, and I look forward to seeing you in the cage. Thank you very much.